Yo everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel, welcome back to another video, welcome back to Premier League Countdown. We've got another special guest, we're joined by Flawless for the Manchester United episode. What are you saying, Flawless?
I'm blessed, man. Big up, man. Hope you're good and blessed for having me as well. Much appreciated.
Yeah, man, obviously, guys, make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe. We're nearly on 500 subscribers, we're trying to hit that before the end of the year, just under 60 as well. Make sure to follow all the socials at GVO Mikes on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok as well. And Flawless, obviously last season, you ended it on a high after a very, very big low,
Yeah.
after winning the FA Cup and all that. You obviously got the new ownership and all that. You expect there to be quite a lot of positivity, but there's literally been hit recently with like two injuries, or one with a very key player. As one of them was a new signing in Lenny Yoro and Rasmus Højlund. But uh, are you positive ahead of the new season?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. That's why you're laughing when you ask me that, because we've spoken before, so you know my thoughts on the season going forward. Absolutely not looking forward to the season. Absolutely not. I think I'm one of the minority, one of the very few who are not looking forward to it, because I'm seeing a lot of positivity from United fans and surprisingly rival fans as well. I've spoken to a lot of rival fans from a lot of different clubs who for some reason think Manchester United are also going to have a good season and finish high up the table. Personally, I don't see it. I do not see it, but I hope I'm wrong.
That's the thing. I think I'm one of the few neutrals out there that is alongside you that thinks I don't see Man United having a positive season at all, bro.
I don't know where people are getting this positivity from. It's the same manager, pretty much the same players, barring Xerxes. Obviously, Euro will eventually play, but he's out for 3 months. So that's August, September, October. So he's not back till November times. I don't understand. A lot of people are putting a lot of onus on the new structure, the new structure, I should say, and also the coaching staff. I've never seen this before. I've been watching football a long time, and I've never seen so much stock and so much impetus on coaches. Like whether it's people have mentioned Van Nistelrooy, people have mentioned Hack in regards to the new structure, people have mentioned Wilcox, people have mentioned Dan Ashworth, people have mentioned Barada. Never have I seen a technical director, a director of football, and a CEO be so influential and so instrumental. Same with the coaches as well. You talk about, Van Nistelrooy is going to be all right. Okay, we'll see. So Ten Hag is just there pretty much as a figurehead then, according to some.
Yeah, like Van Nistelrooy isn't the manager. I think people forget that. I think they're just doing a big welcome into a legend coming back. There's this whole sentiment thing, isn't it? Like, that's the main
Van Nistelrooy. I love Van Nistelrooy. One of my favorite strikers, probably the best finisher I've ever seen at Manchester United, and I've seen pretty much all of our top strikers in the Premier League era. Absolutely bad boy finisher, quality finisher. However, you just mentioned it there. Van Nistelrooy is not the manager, but the way he's being spoken about, it's like he is, because people are talking about the tactical approach we're gonna have, and Jason Wilcox, him having being influential, and that's why towards the back end of the season, Højlund was dropped, and like McTominay and Bruno was deployed in this false nine role, which you mentioned there, and the FA Cup final, which was a high for Manchester United at the end. But we'll see. I don't expect much change. People have said preseason. I've not watched any of preseason games, but we'll see. The season is 9 days away now. We open up Friday the 16th against Fulham. So all the questions I have, you have. That's why you're laughing, Mike, because you see it too. That's why you're laughing, because you're one of the sensible ones. You can see it too. You look it because you're from the outside looking in, so you have no emotional attachment. You can just look at it from a footballing perspective and go, "What's actually changed?"
No, nothing. Legit, nothing.
It's changed. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm looking at nothing like that could change. By the time this video drops tomorrow, maybe we've signed a couple players, which could happen, which then could change the thought process on it. If we sign 3 or 4 players, of course, but that goes for West Ham. That goes for any team. Any team, if they sign add quality, that could change your expectation and change it. Not even expectation. I hate that word. Change your prediction on what's going on.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I grew up in an area where East London, so there's a lot of Man United fans, which makes sense.
We everywhere, United fans. We everywhere. We are everywhere.
That's the thing. If there's not West Ham fans here, it's either Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, probably the big 3 red teams and all that. And every year when I talk to Man United fans, it doesn't matter how last season's gone. It's Joy. This season is the one where we win the league and it's 21 and all this. Like I always hear it, I always see the same thing online, hear the same thing in real life. Yeah, but obviously were you guys moved somewhat ambitious in terms of Euro and Xerxes. But
Absolutely.
after that, and I know it wasn't that long ago, but you guys need players in a lot of positions. So I'm just
Right.
thinking you're not really following up the ambition, are you? Like, obviously I know what you think, but from the people don't know. What positions do you think Man United need, like with players in
I've
each
said this
position?
before, pretty much everywhere. I think people have forgot how bad our goalkeeper was last year. So at that
Yeah.
end, I would get this goalkeeper. All of a sudden, people think Onana automatically is going to be better. And I always
Mm,
base it on previous evidence. And it's like,
yeah.
why is he going to be so much better? Okay, let's say hypothetically, he's not as bad as he was last year. Okay, he's average. Is that good enough for Manchester United? Fullbacks, we've been linked with Maserati. We need two fullbacks. Malacia has been injured the entire part of last season, even though I like Malacia. So it's going to take him a strong minute to get up to speed. Luke Shaw's not good enough. The fact that there's still debates 10 years in, he's been here 10 years, whether he's good enough or not, is that answers the question for you. Right back, I like Delo, but is he good enough? No, I think he would be a very good squad player. Centre backs, even with Euro, we were short because we lost Varane, you got Euro, you got Martinez. Don't mind those two. Can Martinez stay fit? That's my only question
Yeah.
mark over him. Rest of our centre backs are not good enough. Lindelof, nowhere near good enough, needs to be sold. Maguire, nowhere near good enough, needs to be sold. Johnny Evans, I actually don't mind, but he shouldn't be backup. So we're
Yeah.
already short in both those areas. This is why we've been linked to Delit. This is why we've been linked to Bramthwaite. This is why we've been linked to Hanco, because the latter two are both left-sided centre backs, and we need, especially with Martinez, fitness question mark over his fitness with
Yeah.
Martinez. Midfield is also bare, also super bare. Obviously, we pulled out of the Agate deal, which I do like because I'm a fan of Agate, yes, but the money they was asking for me, too much. And there's other midfielders you could go get. We've been linked to Yusuf Fofana. We've been linked to Sandenberg. Also got linked today. I seen it. De Jong, couldn't believe that one. That was a surprise. The De Jong saga back again, like a Frieza
Oh my
saga in Dragon
days.
Ball Z. That was there, but we shot in those areas because you got Casemiro, Mano in regards to the deeper midfield options. That's pretty much it. Ericsson,
Mm,
not really good enough. Who
I
else
forgot
is
about
there? Yeah, exactly. You forgot about Ericsson.
it.
Ericsson, Mount's rubbish.
Yep.
Who else is there? I'm trying to think. Am I missing someone? McTominay is also
Nah.
terrible.
Oh my
That's it. Look
days.
how
Yeah.
bare we are in those areas. And then even from the 10, I'm not a fan of Bruno. I just mentioned Mount being non-existent. And
Mm,
our attack is also woeful. We don't know what Rashford we're going to get. Personally, I
no.
don't think Sancho and Diallo get the game time, even though I think they're talented. Anthony, I think, is also terrible. Xerxes, I do like the signing of Xerxes. Hoyland, rubbish. It's pretty much it. So
Every
there you go.
position, I hear that.
Every
I'm
position,
fully
pretty
in it.
much.
Yeah.
That's why when people try and say about, oh, we got to prioritize, everywhere's a priority. Personally, I always say the spine. So you look central down the team. I think that's the
Yeah.
most important part of the football team. So you look at
Mm,
your goalkeeper, your two centre backs, midfield trio, your striker. And it's like, all right, we signed Xerxes, cool. Our midfield, I like the fact that we're trying to address it, like the Euro deal, but we still need more. And never mind in the wide area as well, because I don't trust our attack either at all.
no. I hear that because it's good that you mentioned about the spine of the team because even last season when you guys signed it on, I was like, this is a great upgrade on De Gea and all of this, and then it surprised me on how bad he actually was.
Mhm.
Like, don't get me wrong, I didn't watch another week in week out, but in the big games, I'm thinking for Inter Milan, especially a defensive team, inviting more pressure inviting more pressure, and he's gonna hit like be hurt, see more chances and stuff. I didn't see him making these mistakes, but then he comes into Man United, and then I don't know what he's turned into. But do you expect, like, obviously you want every position pretty much addressed eventually in this squad, but so you expect the spine this window to, is that what you want
Yeah.
first?
I think the spine. I don't think that's too much to ask because the thing is about Ineos and the new structure. One thing I will give them credit for is I like how
Yeah.
we've moved in the transfer window. I like the
Hmm.
signings we've made. I like how we sign players in terms of the speed of the transfers, also the prices. I like the fact that we walked away from the Bramthwaite deal because I think Bramthwaite's a good player, but do I believe
Yeah.
he's worth that price? No. Same with Agate as well, especially with Agate when it's a player not coming off his best season and it's a player you want to get rid of. Why are we paying full price for him? So I like the links of a Yusuf Fofana. Sandenberg, I don't know too much about him, but from what I've been told, I don't mind him as like a backup to Mano. That's also cool. I mentioned Fofana there, Yusuf Fofana. He makes all the sense in the world. We'll see where this De Jong deal links go. So yeah, I do like that. Centre backs as well. Delit. Even though I'm not fully sold on Delit, because I would prefer to be signing a player coming off a good season, cool with that. So yeah, I do like that. But we're still just so this squad is just so far away that yeah, it is. I'm not saying go and address everything, but I'm saying you have enough money to address multiple things. So yeah, I'm looking at definitely the spine of the team more so. And we need another winger because we lack goals in this team. We do lack goals.
I mean, you know what Rashford's like. This is his year, man. Every 2 years, he will score
Yeah.
20 goals. He become world class. They'll call him world class. He's better than Mbappe. Next season, he's on the same level as there's players I've seen at this club. So, like, that's what happens with Rashford. With
That's it.
McTominay and Maguire are still there. I can't believe Moyes tried to take them off your hands, and they didn't want to come to us. Thank you, Maguire and McTominay, for thinking that you're better than us. Now he's linked to Fulham.
Yeah, we rejected a bid from Fulham for Scott McTominay because we want more money. I think it was 20 million. Take the 20 million.
Oh man,
Take the 20 million. Terrible business.
I don't even know why people are bidding 20 million for McTominay, but
I don't really
neither here or there, man. Like
we seen Conor Gallagher go to Atletico Madrid, so
it's like I've got my own version of McTominay at my club with Thomas Suchek. You've got McTominay, you've got Gallagher. It's like they're all three of them like they're definitely part of. They've got the same DNA, man. It's just three versions of each other. With the midfielders, yeah. With the midfielders you're linked with, obviously, I've never really been overly impressed with Ugarte. I know he's a good player, but in the big games I've watched, never been overly impressed. We used to Fofana as someone that's been linked with us as well. Like he doesn't want to come to us because not in Europe on that. Thanks, boys. But he's a good player as well. Sander Berg would be a good squad player in my opinion because from what I watched him, like he's been at a bad Burnley side and a bad Sheffield United side. Like you can't really show too much with that. It was actually a big shock that he went from Sheffield United to Burnley because a lot of clubs would have picked him up, but Sheffield United got relegated. But obviously, the big players always get defended. So like the Rashfords, the Bruno Fernandezes, the obviously you talked about Luke Shaw as well. Like with Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford, is it fair to say they're quite overrated from the majority of the fan base?
Supremely overrated. Supremely overrated. Get away with absolute murder. In particular, Rashford and Bruno, considering how bad our attack is. There's our attack. I've been saying this over and over again. And anyone who says who has said to me, "Oh, United will have a good season and finish high," I always ask them the first thing I always say is, "Who's scoring our goals?" Because we don't score goals. We don't create. And we don't create a whole heap of chances and we don't score goals. So who is all of a sudden transforming our attack? Do I think Xerxes will help and add to that? Yes. But do I think Xerxes will transform it? No. I've already mentioned Diallo, who I rate, yes. Do I think Diallo gets enough game time to impact games? I mean, do I think he gets enough game time to impact Manchester United over a whole season? No, I don't think he plays it. Same with Sancho as well. And we all know what happened with Ten Hag and Sancho prior. And that's more so on Ineos. I think they sorted out. If we didn't get new owners, Sancho would have been moved on, I think, to whether it's to PSG or back to Dortmund on loan or something of that nature. So, yeah, Rashford and Bruno vastly overrated. Vastly overrated. Same with Luke Shaw. Like, these players have been here. Rashford been here how long? Shaw's been here 10 years. I think it's like 6 years now for Bruno, 5-6 years. And we're still having question marks about their ability. That's why I always say, anytime a player has the defense league, that just means the player is not that good. Because if you're of a certain quality, there is no defense league. There's no player FCs, which I can't stand, by the way. None of that. You know what I'm saying? Show me the best. Like, if we look at the best players in the Premier League, the best players in Europe, where's the defense league? I'll even use rivals William Saliba. Where's the William Saliba defense league? Where's Saliba FC? He don't need one. You know why? Because Saliba performs at a certain level. Mo Salah at Liverpool. Where's the Mo Salah defense league? But when it comes to Manchester United, you get all this foolishness online, content creators, all this nonsense. Oh, I'm here to defend such and such. The reason why you're here defending such and such is because he's not performed to a good level. Now, is there other factors in that? Of course, there's other factors in that because football is a system game. And if you aren't set up in a correct system, that can hinder you. However, you should still perform to a certain level is the point I'm making. And I criticize my favorites. I don't care who you are. I'm a Manchester United FC stan. That's what my interest is. I want what's best for the football club. So when I'm here and I say to you, I don't think we'll do anything this season, I want to be wrong. I want everyone who says, "Oh, Manchester United are the surprise package," or "Manchester United are going to do this, that, and the third" to be right. Oh, but I just can't see it.
Yeah, in my opinion, it'll be the surprise package and maybe finishing back to back where you've already finished, a bit like how Arsenal did a couple of seasons ago. That's a bit of a hint towards my predictions video that's coming out next week, people. But you mentioned Ineos earlier. obviously they kept Eric Ten Hag, but they brought the new infrastructure in. Obviously, there's been a lot of hype around Ineos and stuff, but they've still kept this manager in that's come 8th, but saved himself with an FA Cup. What do you make of the new ownership so far?
It's the only thing they've done wrong, in my eyes, was keeping Ten Hag. Everything else, I like the way even the backroom staff, they've got rid of coaches. They've got rid of, I know people who actually work for Manchester United, not coaching staff, but like just in general day to day. And I've heard they let go of a lot of people. We've seen medical staff, scouting departments. I already mentioned technical director, director of football, CEO. They've gone and got the proper people in these positions and got footballing people. And you see the difference, even the way we've moved in the transfer market. Because last season, Bramthwaite and Agate were 2 deals we would have done. Manchester United tax was a thing because of Manchester United. Everyone knows Manchester United coming for a player, you can bump up the price, and we're stupid enough to pay it. But we've actually walked away from 2 deals, which is what I like, because there's other targets out there. Agate, as much as I think he's a good player, I don't think he's a world beater, and you can't get anyone close to his level. Same with the Bramthwaite. So that's how I look at it. Outside of keeping Ten Hag, I like everything they've done, but that was a big black mark. And that told me all I need to know in regards to their thought process on the manager. And the fact that they interviewed Tuchel also concerned me. That you thought he was the guy to take us to the next one. Not coming off a good... He's not had a successful stint at Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich sacked him halfway through a season and said, you aren't staying here. Bear in mind, he was still in the he was still on for the Bundesliga, even though Leverkusen won it. And he was still in the Champions League at that point. And they still said no. So I look at it and I go, that's the thing that concerns me. And also, I think they only kept Ten Hag because of the FA Cup.
Yeah.
That also, you just erase everything that went on because we won the FA Cup. Because people asked me that before the FA Cup final. Or would you take Manchester United losing if it means Ten Hag gets sacked? No, I want Manchester United to win all trophies we're in. And if that's the case, I now know their thought process and where they stand. So the fact we won an FA Cup and they said, all right, let's keep him, lets me know that you lot are just incompetent in that area. Because I just think that's such a foolish way to do business, in my opinion. And even Tuchel proves that further. I'm like, yeah, you lot with... That's why I don't trust them after Ten Hag to go and get the right guy. Everyone's presuming it's Rude. Everyone said, oh, it'll be Rude. And I can see it as an interim. Will it be him permanently? I don't know.
Yeah, so Ten Hag's here now. What would it take for... Well, do you think he's going to redeem himself? And if not, what would it take for him to redeem himself at Manchester United?
Do I think he redeems himself? No, I don't think he has the capabilities to do so. But in regards to what it would take for me to turn around, one, I'd have to see a clear idea of what you're trying to do. Pick a style and go with it. And it shouldn't have to be broken down on Twitter or broken down on YouTube or content creators. And look, this is what he's trying. How come that's the only manager he does that with? Moyes, as much as you might not like him at West Ham, I've had him at my club. So whether he's at Everton, whether he's at Manchester United, whether he's at West Ham, we know clearly what Moyes is trying to do. Whether you like it or not, whether you rate it or not, is not what I'm talking about. I'm saying clear idea. So how come Moyes can do it? We watched Luton Town come up. Luton Town had a clear identity and a clear style of what they were trying to do. I watched him 2 games in a row and I was like, oh, I see this. So with him, with that, it's a clear identity of what you're trying to do and how you're trying to approach things. So how are you trying to attack? How are you trying to score goals? How are we trying to defend? I don't care if it's counter-attack. I don't care if it's tiki-taka. I don't care if it's possession-based. I don't care if it's total football. I don't care what it is. And another thing I've heard people say is, oh, well, he can't play the style he wants because he don't have the players. Well, that means your style, your system is not good because it's relying on individuals. Yes, if you take out the first team, should your performance drop off? Yes, but you should still do certain things. But if you're just relying on, because a lot of people blamed injuries. Aston Villa had a lot of injuries and finished 4th. Spurs had a lot of injuries and finished 5th. What we talk, Newcastle had a hell of a lot of injuries and still I think they were the 4th top goal. Still scored 85 goals in the league.
I'm pretty sure they finished above you technically. Yeah, they finished above you, I think.
Did they? Yeah, they did. They finished above us as well. Yeah. Because they finished 7th.
Because they were meant to get Europe, and you guys won the FA Cup, and they knocked them out.
Yeah, and then they dropped out. So that goes to show. I think they were second. Villa were like 5th. Spurs were like 6th. But the point I'm making is all 3 of those teams had a lot of injuries and still performed to a certain level and still had his style. Eddie Howe still had his style. That's the point that I'm making. So yeah, that, and then also not only on top of a better style and better performances, better results as well. Better results. This whole 14 losses we had, bottom of the Champions League group, minus goal difference. No. That has to improve as well. Also, individuals, I need to see you being proactive, because that's such a big swing from his first season. Because his first season, our substitutes in the Premier League scored the most amount of goals, but then your subs in the second season were woeful. And I'm sat watching games and watch-alongs and going, I can see the momentums with the other team change it, and you didn't change anything tactically. So we're just gonna go out here and just get beat and just have 20+ shots on our goal because I don't have my play. Shut up. Switch it up, adapt. But yeah, that's what I want to see from him.
Yeah, that's like. I remember the first season. Obviously, people were running jokes about Ten Hag saying he was like Solskjaer and all that. I'm like, okay, chill out, man. These are like fourth or whatever. But the next season, I was like, this is exactly like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, where it's like you're winning in moments. It's always moments with these players. Like they can play bad for 90 minutes, 0 out of 10 performances. Rashford scores right at the end, or McTominay scores right at the end, or Bruno Fernandes scores something. Yeah, all the time. Like, how do you like? I don't even know. Like, I was about to ask, what would you start in your starting 11? But apart from Xerxes, maybe Kobe Mainu and Dallo, like, who are you even choosing for like your first starting 11 going to the Premier League?
That's pretty much it. Because it's like, I suppose it has to be Onana a goal. It has to be Dalot. Mazraoui's not here, so it have to be Amas, the youngster at left back. Martinez is back, so it'd be Martinez. I'd go with Martinez, Lindelof, Casemiro, Meno, Bruno, Diallo, Sancho, Rashford. That'd be my team. I ain't happy about that, but that's my team.
Fair enough. I'm going to ask you about obviously one player, because there's going to be West Ham fan watching this, but hopefully this deal gets done eventually. Every day I'm hearing West Ham and Man United are finalising the deal and getting close. I posted the Top Boy clip of I don't care. At this point, I don't care about the deal. Wan-Bissaka. What's your thoughts on Wan-Bissaka on his time at Man United? And do you think he'll do well at West Ham if he signs for West Ham?
Yeah, his time at Manchester United, poor. He's poor. Yes, he has that one thing that he's fantastic at. When it comes to one-on-one defending, phenomenal. He's the guy you want. Like, if you are playing a direct, if you're going away to the Bernabeu and you're playing a Vinicius Junior, or he's going up against Mbappe, or AC Milan with a Rafael Leao, or even the Premier League with a Gordon or a Matoma, for example, or whatever, a Diaz, whatever left winger. That is Wan-Bissaka's game down to a T. Outside of that, pretty much useless. Pretty much useless. In possession, Cone. In possession, because he offers nothing on the ball. In possession, offers you absolutely nothing whatsoever. And even defensively, like when it's more wingers who are less like direct and more intelligent and he'll get caught. The amount of times he'll get caught sleeping on the back post. Like, or we won't track his runner, etc. Like without the ball when the ball's over the other side. So yeah, with Wan-Bissaka, if you're just having him to defend, cool. If you're just having him and just utilizing him in certain moments, but if you are trying to play out from the back, or you are trying to play any form of possession based, or have him help your right winger with overlapping, Cone. Like I said, absolute Cone in attack. So yeah, I don't think I'm not sure how Lopetegui will set up, but yeah, his time at Manchester United poor, and we just need to get rid of him at this point.
Yeah, that kind of worries me then if we get that over the line, because we're literally trying to change the whole style of football. We're trying to play out from the back, fullbacks high up the pitch. Yeah,
you have to bypass him. You have to bypass Wan-Bissaka if that's the case.
Even though it's a massive upgrade on what we have, because Vladimir Coufal is absolutely useless. Like, generally, in the last pre-season match I watched, like, I've never seen a man fail to bring the ball down so many times. When you stick your leg out and try to bring the ball down, it just bypasses him all the time. He's actually unreal. And I've never seen such a more one-footed player in my life. Push him onto his left, it's going off the pitch or back to the goalkeeper. Like, that is simple as with Vladimir Coufal. I think with Wan-Bissaka, I can't tell what he is half the time. Like, I've had my doubts. That's why I said I'd rather Kyle Walker-Peters go up and down.
Yeah,
all of that. I'd rather Mazraoui.
Is a much better option. Yeah. As is Mazraoui. Yeah.
100%. That's the problem, though. But like, Southampton finessed us. Mazraoui doesn't want to come to us, so it looks like it's going to be Wan-Bissaka, even though we're interested in Hirona right back now. So we'll see what happens with him. But that's what I'm saying. But the people watching at home now are telling me about Wan-Bissaka can do this and do that. I'm saying I'm fine with the signing. It's an upgrade on what we have, but you got to understand why I have doubts, people. Like,
he's a cone. He's a cone. Like, if you're trying to play out from the back, like in possession, cone.
Yeah.
He is no use to you in possession. He offers nothing on the ball. He offers you nothing going forward. Defensively, very suspect outside of one-on-one. Like if you're playing a defensive game and you just need to defend one-on-one against this direct winger. That's his bread and butter. Other than that, you could even get caught at the back post if you're playing a team who 1-2s and giving goals. And I don't understand. I think there's much better right backs that you lot can go for.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, I've almost accepted it, but I've been accepting it for 2 weeks, thinking it's going to get done. It's still not done somehow. And somehow, I don't know how close you get.
Oh, it's not even big money. What's the hold up?
So, first of all, it was, they're close to agreeing a fee, and personal terms have been agreed. Now it's, they're close to agreeing a fee, but there's a couple contract matters. I'm like, how close? So are we going forward or backwards with the deal? Because you can't be close to agreeing a deal for 2 weeks.
You're only saying 10 mil. It's not even that expensive.
Well, apparently you guys want 18. So we bidded 10. So we're trying to meet in the middle is the sort of thing. But that's the thing, because we've rebuilt with so many different positions, we can only spend a certain amount of money on each position. That's why with Max Kilwell we spent 40, because there was a big sell-on clause and all that. So we can only do it on certain positions. That's why that's why it's easier for us to get Fulkirk than it is to run and stuff like that, because they wanted 40 million, something ridiculous for a guy who doesn't play. And now he's upset, and now you can stay at Villa. You can hold that. Stay there, man. Stay there and be upset, man. But last question, bro. Where do you think Man United will finish next season?
Jesus.
Not where you hope to finish. Where do you think?
Yeah. I'll give you. I'm just thinking. It's between the highest I think we can finish. As you know what? Currently is constructed 7th.
Yeah, fair.
7th. I think the highest we finish is 6th. Hopefully, like, by the time this video comes out, we've had a couple of new signings, and that can change everything. But it's currently constructed 7th of August, 7:35 p.m. UK time, 7th.
I fully hear that, man. I fully hear that. It seems like, it seems like everyone is kind of a bit negative about their club, apart from us and maybe City.
That's it. Everybody, like, but there's so much of this euphoria around Manchester United, and I'm like, I know where it comes from. I can't even say I don't know where it comes from, because I've been content creating now for a few years. I've seen this happen over and over again, where the season ends, you get to like preseason, you have the summer months, and people forget how bad the team is. Then you get some new signings, and it's that new car smell. That's what it is. It's the new car smell. It's the new, and people actually forget what happened last. It's like last season. It's the Men in Black thing. It's like people forget what happened last season. Are we just forgetting we had our worst ever Premier League season just last season? Are we forgetting we had our worst ever Champions League campaign last season? Worst ever Champions League campaign in British history just last season. And we have pretty much the same players, but with a few new coaches and a new structure. Is going to be not even slightly, vastly different. You're saying top 3, top 4.
Oh, God, no. No. Oh, man. I say some wild things on this channel. If Man United finish 4th with Ten Hag and it's like they haven't signed anyone else, I will happily shave my head on this YouTube channel. Like, happily.
No, you don't say that, man, Max.
No, I'm saying that. You're not saying it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I agree with you on that, though. I do agree with you on that.
Like, that's the thing. That's the thing. I've said, I only say things with that when I know it's not going to happen. Like, say with the whole Bowen to Newcastle rumors, that's never going to happen. All right, but thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe if you're new, and please subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. The link will be in the title and the description. Flawless, let them know what you got coming up. Like, obviously, this video will be out on Thursday, 8 p.m.
Thursday, 8 p.m. So by the time this video drops, I will be the Manchester United Chelsea Spurs show. That'll be live 11:45 p.m. UK time. But at Sarcasm City TV on YouTube, like Mike said, there's a schedule there. I update on a weekly basis. Every Monday it'll be updated, so you see all the shows that are coming up, people. And also get over to the playback as well, which is also Sarcasm City TV, where not only you get Premier League watch-alongs, get NBA content as well, gaming content over there, plus more. So check that out.
All right. Basically, guys, social medias are in the description if you want to follow me. The email for the inquiries. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. We're like under 60 away, so you can make that happen.
Yo, get him to 500 subscribers, people, man. You're getting great content over here from Mike, man. Get him to 500 subscribers. You're going to get there, man. That's this month, 100%. Comfortably getting there to 500.
Yeah. I won't be getting drunk like the last subscriber Q&A, but I'll do a celebration. I'll do a celebration.
Get drunk like the thing. You got to celebrate the milestones, man. Let's celebrate them shit. 100%.
Man. Take care. I'll see you guys every day at 8 p.m. and all this bonus content from West Ham United. See you guys in a bit. Bye.